Tervetuloa! Hi, welcome to my channel. This is the second video on my mini-series where I talk about lipedema. In the first video, which is linked down below, I explain the condition. In this video, I want to talk about the different stages and types of lipedema, as well as the secondary illnesses that can come with it. There is 4 to 5 types of lipedema. The first one is when the butt and the hips are affected. The second one is when the hips and the legs all the way to the knees are affected. The third one is when the hips are affected and the whole leg all the way down to the ankles. The fourth one is arms, and the fifth is a rare case, which is only the part from the knee to the ankles. Now, lipedema stops at the ankles when the legs are affected, and it stops at the wrists if the arms are affected. There is some debate on whether or not it can also exist in the belly or in the back. However, if you're diagnosed with it in your belly or your back, you also have it elsewhere. So these are not separate types because they cannot stand on their own. You cannot have only lipedema in your belly. You cannot have only lipedema in your back. You have a different package of lipedema, if you will. Well, next thing is the different stages. There is 3 to 4 stages. So in the first stage, the skin is still very smooth and there is enlargement in the underlying hypodermis. So basically, it's not that noticeable yet. The affected area, be it legs or arms, looks a little bit bigger, but it's barely noticeable. Stage 2 is when the skin shows some indentations and it kind of looks like cellulite, and the affected area is larger and kind of doesn't fit to the rest of the body, so the proportions are somewhat off. Also, it has some small nodules that are soft and movable. It's little tiny bumps underneath the skin that you can feel. Stage 3 is when the skin starts to fold over and it has those massive indentations and it starts to have large deforming fat masses on the affected area, which is like this hanging skin here. It's not as bad, but my legs are really terrible. So stage 4 is when you also have lymphedema with your lipedema, which is called lymphedema. There are illnesses that you can develop because you have lipedema, such as obesity or other EDs. You can also develop some orthopedic problems, so because the large fat masses affect the way you walk, the way you move your body, you can also end up immobile because of those large fat masses. Some women develop depression, which is understandable because as long as you're not diagnosed, mostly, as I mentioned before, unfortunately, this condition is ignored by the medical field, and women or those individuals affected by this disease or condition will often be told, you gotta lose weight, you gotta move more, you gotta do exercise, etc. But as I mentioned in my previous video, lipedema fat is different to normal fat, and you cannot diet or exercise it away. So of course, some end up being frustrated, which I was frustrated myself. So I think I'm gonna end this video here. I know it's rather short, but I didn't want to make a video that is way too long. I wanted to split it up in small little portions. So in the next video, I'm probably gonna talk about symptoms. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, I guess. I still don't know how to end my videos, so I'm gonna just say thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, let me know. If you have questions, ask them down below. I try my best to answer those. Maybe I answer your questions in the next videos anyway, and I guess I see you in the next one.